is New York steamy? I think it has something to do with thermodynamics.
What is under the streets of New York?
The steam is from Middle Earth. It's actually, they built this set on top of Lord of the Rings, and there's orcs and urukais down there.
Well, everybody knows why there's steam coming out of all these gutters and holes in New York. It's the breath of the alligators that live in the sewers. The huge alligators that are breeding underneath the streets of New York. And on cold nights, the condensation from their breath rises through the grills.
It looks like innocuous steam, but it actually smells.
It's the sewer. The heat, the steam, the fragrance that comes off one's poos is somewhat warmer than the outside temperature, thus creating condensation of steam that oozes out of the ground.
When I think of New York, I think of steam coming out of the sidewalk. The initial discussions with Peter and Grant were about capturing this grimy, sort of seriously depressed look.
It is a bit of a convention to have steam in New York. It's sort of like fog in London, and maybe it's a cliche, maybe it's not like that all the time, but yeah, Peter did ask for it.
Is that smoke that you're confident, that's real smoke?
Yeah, that's steam
yeah,
roll.
I mean, it works, to put that, it works much better than CG smoke, doesn't it?
How they generated the steam, I have absolutely no idea.
Boiled water, isn't it?
Low-lying clouds? New Yorkers are probably full of hot air.
We essentially came onto a site which was just like cleared land. There's a series of trenches dug all the way through the site, and then we were able to pour the concrete paving and prepare all the tarred sealed roads on top of that again. So it was built, in some ways like a city. Perhaps the first foot or so, did have quite a lot of plumbing in it.
It's been a big job to get the pipes in. They've been laid right from day one, the start of the building as a set. We've had people down here putting in the pipe work. It's taken 3 months prep to get to this point where we've got it actually up and running and working now.
Anything that came out of the drains from the sewage system or just pipes running out was quite cool.
There's actually a whole lot of rodents that live in the underground. They're all smoking. That's what the steam's all about.
Oh, I think it's all the raunchy goings-on that's happening.
Yeah, bring it on, I say.
The only real way of getting real steam, is just by boiling water, and so they boil all these boilers and put them behind the set facades.
This here beside me is one of 2 boilers that we've got that are supplying the steam. We've hooked into a pipe system right throughout the set. There's approximately K and a half, maybe up to 2 kilometres of pipe throughout the whole set. And this is one of our distribution manifolds. We've got 9 of these around the set. It's just supplying all the outlets with steam from manifolds.
There's 42 of these outlets, all different. Some of them are like manholes in the road. Some of them are sort of grates up on the footpath, and there's a huge grill, which I'm assuming represents like an underground of some sort.
Getting a steam bar. Some of the steam residue builds up water in the pipes and then comes through and starts bubbling up through the grate down here.
Part of my job is to go around every sort of 20 or 30 minutes and empty some of these ones out. Luckily it's wet here, so we can keep the roads wet with the hot water. It all looks good. Steaming puddles.
To try and recreate the 1930s feel of New York and make it as realistic as possible. That's something that we've always found with Peter. Whether it's Lord of the Rings and now King Kong, these are fantastic environments, but they always have to feel real.
Truth is stranger than fiction. Often when you go back and study the actual detail of these things, it makes them better than what it would be if you invented it out of your head. So the steam is sort of part of that. I know that it's unlikely steam would be an all-day, everyday event for New York, but for our movie it suited it, and it's just one of the details that makes it come alive.